Timothy, how many different houses or apartments have you lived in your lifetime?
Oh, that's a good question. Too many.
More or less than 10?
Probably right at 10.
Uh-huh. I honestly think I'm at 20, and it will be 20 by the time I mean, hopefully we're never settled. Maybe you want to get settled. I don't know. That's sort of the question that we're here to talk about today.
Well, Arielle, why do you ask?
Why do I ask these questions, these big questions that make you question yourself? Well, listeners and Timothy, you'll find out in just a second. This episode of Trailer Park is brought to us by our Season 1 sponsor, the Vocaster from Focusrite. You can win a Vocaster audio interface by clicking on the link and entering the contest in our show notes. Welcome to Trailer Park, the podcast trailer podcast. My name is Arielle Nissenblatt.
And I'm Tim Villegas. You've made it to your home on the airwaves for Trailers, podcast trailers galore.
Each episode of our show features a podcast trailer. We then talk about that trailer. We analyze whether or not it was effective or entertaining. We share a comment from the creator of said trailer, and then we dip out.
It's quick and easy. Our goals are twofold: to help listeners find their next favorite shows and to help creators make great stuff.
So, Tim, the reason I asked you about how many homes you've lived in is because this week's trailer is all about the concept of home. It comes to us from Sean Mallary and is called Where Did I Get Like This?
We're going to hit play on that trailer and catch you on the other side to discuss.
Did you move around a lot as a kid? Did you wish you had? Did you ever think about how that impacted you as a grown-up? Want to talk about it?
All right. I'm Nick, and I've moved 5 times so far.
I am Kate Anderson. I am 28 years old, and I've moved 24 times in my life.
Hi, my name is Caio, and I've moved 15 times throughout my whole life.
This is Cindy Anderson, and I have moved 10 times in my life.
This is Sean, and I think that I've moved either 15 or 16 times in my life.
My name is Jonathan, and I have moved 20 times in my life.
My name is Stacy MacDonald, and I've moved 25 times-ish.
My name is Nick Rizzi, and I've gotten to experience 14 different homes.
Hey there, I'm Sean Mallary, here to introduce a new podcast from my audio production company, The Full Medium. I do monthly interviews with friends, family members, various coworkers, and strangers I've met on social media platforms. We talk about the places we grew up. This show attempts to make sense of the manner we all arrived as adults. It discusses the question of not just when or how, but where did I get like this?
Where did I get like this?
I like that.
Please check out the show wherever you get your podcasts.
Arielle, thoughts?
The first thing that came to mind for me here was that this was a really effective trailer. I feel like I was spoon-fed everything I needed to know about it. I think I know exactly what to expect from this series. What about you?
Well, I personally love that it sounded great, because that's important to me. It was short and to the point, and the trailer actually just made me smile at the end, because I could tell this was...
It's a labor of love.
It seems like a passion project for Sean.
Yeah.
And even though I don't know Sean, and I don't know any of the voices that I heard, I want to listen.
Yeah, something that I loved about this is that Sean literally uses the words, quote, "this show attempts to," and then he outlines what he hopes we'll get out of it. Not every show can be that on the nose. Not every show can really tell you what to expect and then give that to you. I think it really works for this type of feel-good podcast. One quibble that I had, and you may or may not agree with me, Tim and or listeners, but I think there were too many voices. I think after the 7th person or so who was sharing their voice clip, I was like, all right, I get it. But what did you think about that?
Maybe, but I don't think that hurt the trailer.
I mean, it was short enough anyway, right?
Yeah, I still think that the trailer was short enough and clean enough and communicated what Sean wanted. So it didn't really bother me.
Okay, I see that side of the argument as well. Another thing that I really liked about this trailer was that at the end, he said, please check out the show. I don't think everybody does that. They usually say, check out the trailer. He said, please check out the trailer. Please consider spending your time with me and all of these people who are going to be sharing their stories about home. And I really like that.
Yeah. Sean seems like a nice young man.
Stand up man.
Yeah. Someone you'd want to bring home to your parents.
Aw.
We also had a chance to speak with Sean about the making of the trailer.
Here's what he said when we asked him what his favorite part was of making the show. Obviously, it is a passion project. It's a labor of love. So I wanted to know how he felt.
So I started this during the pandemic when I couldn't work as a theatrical lighting designer. I grew up as a military brat and moved a lot as a kid, and I always wondered how that affected the way I developed and how I looked at the world. So this was an easy topic for me to, explore further. To find guests, I reached out originally to friends and family, and then expanded to posts on social media, and was really surprised by the outpouring of responses I got, and started having these incredible conversations with almost total strangers. My favorite part was, these conversations were amazing, but just kind of showed the way people's empathy had developed and the way they saw the world with an open-mindedness was really fascinating to me.
Thank you to Sean for sending in the trailer for Where Did I Get Like This? You know how you can get like Sean and be on this show? Wow, that was a good one, actually.
Thank you. Thank you. I'm working. Getting better at these transitions. You can have your trailer featured on our show by going to trailerparkpodcast.crd.co.
You can also reach us by email. That's hello@trailerparkpod.com. We're on Instagram at trailerpark_podcast.
And Tim, let me tell you what SP Benny wrote to us on Apple Podcasts. Here's what they said in their review. The title is Inspired to Update My Trailer. Really enjoying this podcast. It inspired me to finally update my own podcast trailer after 50 plus episodes. Expect a submission from Talk with History soon.
Well, SP Benny, we're excited to hear your updated trailer.
A reminder, dear listeners, that we've got a few episodes left for season 1 of this show, and then we're heading towards some bonus content. And bonus content time at this show is going to be sort of a free-for-all as we test out what that means for Trailer Park Podcast. You may have noticed in the past few episodes, we like experimenting, seeing what works, seeing what you like. So for bonus content time, we're going to share some trailers that were too short for full episodes. We've got some trailers that have music that we can't actually play because of copyright issues, so we're going to bleep out some music. We've got a conversation with Focusrite, and we've got a proper teardown for the podcast Digital Folklore for their trailer, and we've got more things on the horizon.
So if you like what we're doing, stay parked here at the trailer park. We're back next week with more.
Hi! We've got some sponsors that we want to tell you about, and we think you should stick around because not only do we use these products and services, but we also think you might like them too.
Vocaster from Focusrite is our audio interface. It really upgrades our show's sound quality. And you can win one by clicking on the link in the show notes. We get to give one away on every episode of Season 1.
Next, OSHA is our hosting provider. We love going through our analytics after every episode drop.
Next, Recast Studios is how we make our audio and videograms.
Then AugX Labs is helping us with video content with the power of AI. You can even join their beta program.
And Capsho is an AI copywriting software specifically designed for podcasters.
Thank you, lovely sponsors, for your support of the show. This show is written by Arielle Nissenblatt and Tim Villegas. We are also your hosts.
It's mixed and designed by Tim Villegas.
Our artwork is by Caio Slikta. Happy trails! That was perfect.
It's also interrupted by Jupiter.